Namaste, Dr. Suhasini.
Namaste.
Ma'am, I have calculated my pinnacle numbers.
You
What
check.
does it mean?
Okay. Let's start with pinnacle number 1.
Okay.
What does it mean? See, during this pinnacle, you have to focus on independence, self-reliance, ambition, leadership qualities, originality, success, action, and achievement in the material world. Okay. Now, if it comes as your first pinnacle, this one is your first pinnacle. We don't have this in our calculation, but anybody can have. When you have this number in your childhood and youth years, it means that you spend your time in learning to be independent. Learning to be independent. And in developing leadership qualities, you are likely to become stubborn, egoistic, and self centered. This is a difficult period for a child and an adolescent. Child is dependent.
Correct.
But as the child grows, he understands the energy of one. We generally take second and third pinnacle together. Okay, so if one is your second or third pinnacle, it is better to have number 1 in the second or the third pinnacle than in the first pinnacle. Difficult for the child, I said. No? Because it's easier to learn the attributes of one as you grow up. Courage, vision, determination, leadership qualities need to be learned in this period. In fact, one pinnacle number in this period will help in developing the career. Now, if this one is your fourth pinnacle, that means there is no slowing down in life or retiring in this period. It's an imposing energy. See, sometimes what happens, you don't retire because you need to earn money. Sometimes you want to work, it's okay because people don't want to retire, but sometimes it's a compulsion to work. Then it's hard on that person. Right? See, sometimes even achievements are expected. People work, they don't retire, they work till a very long time. So their profound achievements are also expected. You have mastered the art of leadership by this time. Okay. Now let's talk about 2 pinnacle number. During this pinnacle, you have to learn to cooperate, share, be considerate and loving. 2 is a number of partnership, patience, balance and unconditional love. Not easy. If it is your first pinnacle number. In this pinnacle, the child is overly sensitive, timid and easily hurt, crybaby. This child might have problems in expressing emotions because he is overloaded with feelings. Mother of this child is likely to be a strong influence during this time. The child has a strong attachment to parents or the grandparents or the caretaker because child needs someone, needs support. There is a number of support. So this child needs a lot of support. This child is likely to have a difficult teenage. Okay. Now if 2 is your second or third pinnacle, this means working with other people as 2 is a supportive number. Cooperation, tactfulness, diplomacy, etc. will be mastered during this period. You could be a content, stay-at-home mom if you are not working, but content. Okay, if it is your fourth pinnacle, 2 is your fourth pinnacle, it means harmonious relationships are expected in this time. There is a feeling of satisfaction, contentment and fulfillment. Avoid being oversensitive. Remember, 2 energy is very sensitive and if you do not work upon it mindfully, you will feel hurt often and deeply. If you take every little thing personally, you may experience substantial pain during this time. So you have to work upon sensitivity. Okay. Now if it is your 3 pinnacle number, I think we have a 3.
Yes, in our chart.
Yes. Okay. Now 3 is about cultivating creativity and communication. Learning to deal with emotions and speaking your truth. It's a number of joy of living, travel, entertainment, fun and living in the present. Now if it is your first pinnacle, what happens, in the first pinnacle there is a lot of scattering of energies. See, always, remember, whenever we talk of a little negative aspect, we always talk of either overdoing or underdoing. So either the child is over-expressive or very shy. Because, they lack experience, they lack wisdom. Children, they don't have that kind of wisdom. They have too much fun and don't worry about future. This pinnacle may also encourage development of a creative career. So if this child pursues some creative career, will do very well in life. Okay. Now if it is your second or third pinnacle, now in this period, 3 pinnacle means happy relationships, joy, gratitude, self-expression, good communication skills, art, design, entertainment industry, writing, dancing, healing, etc. Now there is a natural attraction for money. If this is your fourth pinnacle again, happy time, social activity, travel, freedom from financial worry, comfort in final stages of life. 3 energy gets easily scattered, distracted and drained because it is scattered, wanting to do too many things at a time. It drains your energy. Now let's talk about pinnacle number 4. 4 is all about what? Work, stability, foundation, discipline, orderliness. If it is your first pinnacle, it means a demanding childhood and adolescence. Hard work needs to be learned. In this period, you have to build your life with solid, stable foundation that will last. If it is your second or third pinnacle, you can't achieve anything without hard work. There is no time for frivolous activities or fun. Exactly opposite of thing. But it's good, no? If you work hard, you get results, rewards. If it is a fourth pinnacle, it means there is no slowing down in life or retirement. It is not a leisurely vibration. Economic conditions may compel you to work, like we talked about in one pinnacle number. The fourth pinnacle teaches you that your effort is what counts. If you build a strong foundation, you will reap the benefits for rest of your life. Now let's talk about 5 pinnacle number. Number 5 means change, uncertainty, freedom, curiosity, liberation, adventure, adaptability, flexibility are to be learned. Impulsiveness is to be checked. 5 is a very impulsive number. Remember, what you resist will persist. Stay away from promiscuity and addictions. Balance is the key. I think we also have a 5 in
First pin.
this example. Yeah. So if 5 is your first pinnacle, this can be a difficult period because it is hard to find stability to establish yourself. There are a lot of changes happening in your life, like child changing schools, friends, homes, like that. If it is a second or third pinnacle, this pinnacle means progressive achievement, travel, adventure, growth, progress. No, 5 is about progress. Urge for freedom may affect relationships. Urge for freedom. That's why extramarital affairs could happen in this period. Number 5 is about progressive thoughts and actions. Now, if this is your fourth pinnacle, fast-paced life, travel, change, variety is expected even in this period, in the fourth pinnacle. There's freedom from worries. Expect the unexpected. This period can be exciting and yet unsettling. It is 5 is always a time, it's a time of transformation. We say 5 freedom. 5 is about from 4 to 5. When you move from 4 to 5, it's an alchemy. Okay, so 5 is a transformational time. If you remember in symbols, 4 is like a box. To become a 5, it has one line has to be raised and it has to go up. So it has to transform itself. Now this is an additional information. Not only about pinnacle number, general about 5. Now let's talk about 6 pinnacle number. Love, duty, heavy domestic responsibilities are the hallmarks of 6. Lot of time is spent in nurturing and service. You nurture your career, business, or your family, or your pet, or your employees if you're working. This may cause imbalance and you're left with nothing for yourself. No time for yourself. Nothing means I'm not talking of money. No energy for yourself. Okay? So balance is important for your growth. The overwhelming sense of responsibility may restrict your life and you may feel tied down. Now if 6 is your first pinnacle. As a young person, you may be stuck in duty and responsibility related to home and family. You may experience pressure with parents and siblings. A parent or an authority figure in the family may control your life. You may have an early marriage. Early responsibility. If it is 6 is your second or third pinnacle. Achievement in career as well as family matters is expected in this period. You may attend to demands of family and friends first rather than focusing on your development and career.
Correct.
Now, if this is your fourth pinnacle, in this pinnacle, 6 brings rewards and pleasures. There's a sense of security, and this is the time to give back to the society. You may become stubborn and opinionated. The true lesson for 6 pinnacle is to learn acceptance. 6 may be over responsible or overly irresponsible. This is the extreme of 6, negative. Okay. Now, if your pinnacle number is a 7. 7 means introspection, study. These are the key lessons for 7. Need to explore your inner world through study, research, intense introspection and soul development. 7 wants to be reclusive. It's his need. They are not interested in material matters, which could result in limited finances or even may have physical disabilities. So if 7 is your first pinnacle, this period can be very difficult and confusing for a child and as an adolescent. They may feel lonely. See, 7 is not easy for a child. Generally, they are studious and serious. Sometimes they are denied education. So, extremely. Now, if 7 is a second or a third pinnacle. Now, in this period, unless you are directly involved with research, spiritual or philosophical endeavors, progress can be painfully slow. Spiritual growth is expected during this time. So much introspection, meditation, loneliness. You grow spiritually. But material matters. Now, if 7 is your fourth pinnacle. Now, here spiritual development is undeniable. You will teach others what you have learned. Study, higher learning, self-development and contemplation are keys to pinnacle 7. You may find it difficult to relate with people during this period. Your wisdom and knowledge will help the humanity. See, when I talk of relating with people, no, it is generally on material matters. Relating with people in spiritual matters is fine with a 7. But if they cannot talk about the material matters all the time. Now let's talk about 8 pinnacle number. I think we have an 8 here?
Yeah, we have it.
8 means money, business, authority, ethics, personal power, abundance are the key elements in 8 pinnacle. In this period, you are bombarded with opportunities and career. Career becomes your top priority. This is not an easy energy to handle. 8 needs to learn to give. See, when we talk of 8, no, in general I am saying 8 wants name, fame, money, authority. So whenever you want something in life, you first learn to give that. So that's why they have to learn to give, especially when they are going to this phase, no, they have to give. Now, if 8 is your first pinnacle, you may get involved in or interested in business or commercial activity at a very young age. Maybe you have a family business, or maybe it's compulsory for you to work or earn money.
To earn money for the family. Yes.
On the other hand, you may feel restricted and may have limited resources. You will be suppressed by people in power. There could be issues of money and power. Again, as I said, all these higher numbers are difficult for a child.
Yes.
Now, if 8 is in your second or third pinnacle, you may find yourself in the executive world or you could be married to an executive. Great achievement, financial success, power, authority are expected. Depending on your karmic account, you may live in poverty and may have to struggle to make 2 ends meet. 8 always gives extreme results. This is what everyone has to remember. Anywhere you have an 8. We have learned so many numbers. We talk of 8 is about money, power, authority, this, that. But the extreme is also extreme poverty. Now again, if it is your fourth pinnacle. Again, no retirement for 8 pinnacle. But here, they in the fourth pinnacle, especially in the fourth pinnacle, they need to give back to the society because they have earned now.
Correct.
By the time you get into your fourth pinnacle, you already earned. whatever you have to. So you have to give back to the society. So giving is so important for any. Now let's talk about 9 pinnacle number. As a 9, you have to show the world how humanitarian you are on a day-to-day basis. So selflessness on a day-to-day basis. Not easy. You are developing compassion, unconditional love, ethics and tolerance, and uplifting others with your wisdom and love. 9 is very emotional and intense. This is not an easy pinnacle. You have to learn to release all that is holding you back, all the painful stories of your past, especially about your family relationships. The ultimate healing can take place during this pinnacle if you try. Healing means healing relationships. This pinnacle period appears to be thankless and filled with obstacles. There's plenty of potential in this period provided you learn to let go. Money, good fortune, loving relationships, good health and good living are possible during this period. See 9 is a last number. It's a number of completion. So here you have to complete lot of responsibilities. You have to drop lot of luggage. If 9 is your first pinnacle. As a child, it is difficult to understand the meaning of selflessness because for a child, everything revolves around himself. This child may act as a protector of the kids who get bullied or who are handicapped. Second, if it comes as a second or third pinnacle, in this period you work for a cause which could be humanitarian, political, social, charity, peace work, activist, whatever. Even your workplace. If this is your fourth pinnacle, you may become more caring and compassionate in this period. Your work will tend to be more charitable. 9 pinnacle in early years tends to be a rough period full of losses and heavy challenges that bring early maturity in a person. Selfless service and giving back to the world is to be learned. Now let's talk about the 2 master numbers. So whenever you have an 11, always consider 2 also. Never look at 11 just as a single number. 11 is 2, 22 is also a 4. Though we don't convert, but it is. 11 is about intuition, art, sensitivity, philosophy and metaphysical aspects. You may feel nervous, tense and restless. This is a challenging period. There is a chance of achieving fame in early age during this pinnacle. This is a period of enormous personal and spiritual growth. You have a sense of being different. Sudden and repeated changes and shocks could be experienced. 11 is more intense than 2. Hypersensitivity is a constant challenge for 11 and 2 both. You should remain grounded. This period will bring great rewards in all levels. Now the last number is 22.
Yes.
22 is a master builder and inclines towards large scale endeavors in business or job or government, wherever. This denotes vast influence and power. Both the master numbers 11 and 22 are idealistic, but 22's idealism is more practical. 11 is more dreamer, 22 is more practical. Both the numbers can create a significant degree of nervous tension in the individual. Majority of the people with 11 and 22 manifest their respective single-digit numbers, 2 and 4. This is a demanding time and your mental powers are greatly enhanced. Your determination and efficiency is also greatly increased. Everything you focus on is large. For 22, everything has to be large. Your plans are large. At the same time, your problems and challenges and obstacles are equally large. So courage and confidence are required to endure and overcome challenges. So these are our pinnacle numbers.
Ma'am, so much to learn. A revision required. It is fun. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this knowledge.